What's up, guys? I got another video, horror related, another tier list. We're gonna be ranking. It's like, it's the best horror franchises, whatever, or like ranking horror franchises. My tier list of it. I was gonna do characters, but it was like it was even longer than this one, and like it was like way too many of like I may have not known. So I'm gonna do my top five. I'm just doing my top five right now. My top five horror villains. Number one is Michael for sure. Come on, Michael Myers. Two is Jason. My one, two, three is always a tricky one for me. Sometimes it's Chucky, sometimes it's Freddy. This sake, I'll say Chucky, Freddy, and Leatherface. Leatherface. This one changes to Leatherface or Ghostface. Say Ghostface. I watch way more Scream, so that's my five. And now let's get into ranking the franchise. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, and then don't know slash don't remember. Number one, The Exorcist. Um, it's cool. I've never really seen all of them. I've only seen like the first one, so I can't really give too much of an opinion on. But I can't necessarily put them in. I don't know because I know what they are. The thing is really good. I know some people say that's the favorite horror movie ever. It's pretty. I guess I'll put it in C. Like when you have like all these letters, even if putting it in a D, is still considered like a in the middle type. Okay, All Night, Deadly Night. I had never seen these movies, and until shout out to the goat. Shout out to James for Dead Meat. Those that's like my favorite one. It's like my top five favorite YouTube channels, and I've been watching him since like 5 years. I saw like 17. Like watching him, he like puts me on to like so many horror franchises. I had never seen Silent Night, Deadly Night until him. I do really like it because the movies are just like wacky and crazy. Because of him, I know about it. I have never watched. I've never watched any of the Resident Evil movies. I know their games and I know they're based on the game. I played like one of the games before, but I've never seen the movies. The Fly, I've seen the movie. School, Candyman's a classic. I put it right there. Hint Blood sounds familiar, but I don't know it. The Howling, I've heard of that, but I've never seen it. Human Centipede is Human Centipede is just nasty. That's all it is, bro. All it is. I heard about the movie growing up. It's a nasty ass movie. That's all it is. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I've never seen it. Boogeyman, fuck no. This is franchises. Uh, for sure gotta put Friday the 13th at like S tier. That's my shit. The 13th my Lake Placid. I've heard of it. Never seen it. Open Water. Never even fucking heard of it. Never heard of this. Evil Dead. It's pretty good. Fuck, it's Terror Tunes. Scary Movie. I grew up off of it. The Scary Movie. Literally, Scary Movie. The first one came out the same year I was born. Like so, literally, my whole life I grew up watching these movies. I know like they're stupid to some people, but I definitely fuck with them. It's definitely the first one, the second one, third one, fourth one. Those are my shits. I know some people don't like the first and second one, but I like the other ones too. Wishmaster, never heard of them. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Lost Boys, I've heard of these. They're like about vampires or something, right? Never seen it though. Heard about Ginger Snaps, but never seen it. Peace, never seen it. There's some horror movies that like these are probably like what considered classics, never seen them. I gotta watch Spit in My Grave. I've heard of that, never seen it. Phantasm, heard of it, never seen it. Nightmare on Elm Street, come on now, classic. I should have worn my Freddy shirt. I have a Freddy shirt. It's kind of old now. It's like 2 years old. Been watched a lot. Not like super super fresh. Alien, seen those movies a million times. Especially Alien vs Predator. I won't say I've seen that a million times, but I've seen it. Alien can go up here with Candy. Give it a blob. Oh shit. Never seen that a day in my life. I don't even know what that is. The Omen, never seen, but I know what it is. Critters, never seen, but I know what it is. Hitcher, never even heard of it. Cloverfield, of course I've heard of these. Yeah, and I've seen it. It's pretty cool. I remember Tutu about it. Never watched Children in the Corn. Never watched Creepshow. I've heard about Creepshow and Children in the Corn, but never seen it. Andrew Day Last Summer, a lot iconic. Second one is not that bad. I know some people don't like it, but not that bad. It's about right here. I do like Andrew Day Last Summer. Never heard what the that other. I've seen Hostels. Okay. Oh, they're considering Blade a horror. Definitely seen Blade a million times. Blade scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was at my aunt's. I was with my great aunt, and we were watching it. We were watching it in the dark, and it was like we were watching in the dark in the basement. That shit was fucking terrifying to me. I thought this thing was gonna jump out at me, even though it's not really. It shouldn't be considered a horror, but when you're a little kid, that's considered a horror. Everything's a horror too. Never seen that. Never seen that. I've never seen Amityville Horror. Cabin Fever. Definitely seen Cabin Fever. Well, all the Cabin Fever movies. I don't know how many there's, but I've seen them. They're like they're just whatever. They're not trashing it. Whatever. Evil Gone. Another movie. I think there's a bunch of these movies, but again, because of Dead Meat, I have seen them. It's not good though. I think there's other movies. I only saw the first one. That's what he did. Anaconda is okay. Okay, guys. Final Destination holds a big place in my heart because it was one of the first horror franchises I watched. Especially like my favorite of the franchise is Final Destination 3. I remember because that bitch came out like what 6. I remember when it came out. My aunt rented it from what do we have back then? We had like a Family Dollar or or Hollywood Video or Blockbuster. One of the before that shit started to go away and shit. Before we started to get like Redbox and stuff. Like a little couple years before that. But we had that. I remember she got it for us, and it was like I'm sure you guys probably heard of it. It's like it was Final Destination 3, of course, but like it had like an interactive thing where it's like a little game or something. Like you could like pick what happens with this certain death or whatever. But I remember for some reason my aunt got it for us and we watched it. Me and my female cousin, and we were like laughing and shit because I don't know. I don't know if my aunt was watching us watch it, but it's the tanning bed scene, with the boobs and shit. That was amazing to me as a little kid. But yeah, that's why it holds a special place in my heart. It was one of the first horror. That's like one of the first horror movies I ever seen. Like I think that came out before Rob Zombie's Halloween, so that was like one of the first horror. I think Final Destination 3 and one of the Chuckies was the first 2 horror movies I ever. I think it was Seed of Chucky because I was a lot for that. Yeah, either Seed of Chucky, Seed of Chucky and Final Destination 3. That's definitely my favorite of the franchise. My bias, but I love the whole franchise of Final Destination. That's my shit. Fright Night. I've seen this, right? This was also on Dead Meat. He also covered it. I can't remember if I like it though, so I'm gonna put it there. But I've at least seen it. Never seen Dust Till Dawn. I just know what's his name? George Clooney's in it. Who's heard of it, never seen it. Halloween, come on now. No question. I said in my previous video that Michael Myers is my favorite horror villain. He definitely. Well, I didn't say that. I said that in this video. He's my favorite coming out. Iconic franchise. Iconic killer. Tremors. I watched that because of James. Well, because of Dead Meat. I don't know if I like the movie, but hey. Hellraiser. Okay. Some people are gonna be mad about this. I personally think Hellraiser and Hellraiser franchise is like the biggest, most overrated series ever. I never understood the hype. I do not like him. I don't know. I never understood the the fascination with Hellraiser. I don't like me personally. Hills Have Eyes. Yes, I've seen the original now, but at first, of course, the remake one that came out when I was a kid, and I remember that one. So I'll put that like right there. Not the greatest, but I do remember it. That was one of the first horror movies I seen too. I was play. Okay, I'm not the only one. Chucky scared the shit out of me as a kid. Um, I used to, I couldn't even take a shower without the fucking what's the name closed. I had to have my curtain open as a kid because of this nigga Chucky, bro. Like, I love the TV show, bro. I love the TV. I fucking love Chucky now, but when I was a kid, hated him so much. Hated this thing so much. Insidious, I've seen all those movies. My favorite one is Insidious 2. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the nowadays horror movies, I don't really like all the ghosts and shit. I don't really fuck with it. Like, I prefer old school, a slasher, somebody with a knife killing. That's just me. I don't really like the ghost and like I never really liked the paranormal activity movies. I kind of liked them as a kid because when they first came out when I was a kid, and when something's popular, everybody's talking about it and shit. So like I remember I was like, "You see new paranormal activity?" Because they kept spitting them shit in the movies out. But it's cool. Jaws. I've seen all the Jaws movies. Jaws is I don't even consider it horror really, but I guess it's all are. Jeepers Creepers underrated. Fuck the nigga who made the. I know he did horrible things. Um, but as far as a franchise, I definitely love it. Jeepers Creepers 2 is my shit. I like that. Joyride. There's multiple movies of these, right? I just remember the first one with Paul Walker. Pretty good movie. Pretty decent. What the fuck is that? No, Wrong Turn, of course, another movie I knew about growing up. I know some people don't like them. Some of the movies, it's a pretty cool franchise. I definitely like the first and second ones too. Reanimator, another series of movies that I watched because of who? Dead Meat. We do like these movies because of him. Richard the Black, from the Black Lagoon. That's like an iconic franchise. I mean, yeah, iconic movie. I've never seen it, but I know what it is. The Ring was another movie that everybody used to talk about when I was a kid and used to scare me. I always got The Ring and The Grudge confused because they're kind of similar, I think, right? I've seen them both, but I can't remember now. Return of the Living Dead, another series of movies I watched because of James. They're just okay. What the fuck is that? Basket Case is another series of movies. There's another we all watched because of Dead Meat. I think it's been put me on to so many horror movies. Never heard of I've heard of Gingerbread Man, but I've never Ginger Dead Man. I've never seen it. Oh, it's Carrie. Of course, Carrie's iconic too. All those. Pumpkinhead was another one of the first horror movies I ever seen. Bro, that movie gave me nightmares, bro. Bro, I remember it like it was yesterday. That was oh my god, it's a vivid. We remember giving me nightmare because that movie came out like the late '80s, and so my dad had seen it when he was a kid, and he was a kid in the '80s and '90s. Uh, and I remember, yeah, I remember he kept telling me this. It was him and my grandfather. They were telling me the story about the movie and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, it sounds interesting." I was like 6, and then my dad he rented it because, like I said, this is back 2000, so we used like we rented DVDs and shit. And my dad took me to Hollywood Video, and I remember we rented the movie. I think it was Hollywood Video. Yeah, that was close to where I lived in. He got the movie, and we watched it, and that shit gave me nightmares, bro. I don't know if I had to go to school the next day or it was like the summertime. No, I'm assuming I would have watched it around Halloween time. So, but maybe it could have been the weekend. I don't remember. I just remember I had to go to sleep. Maybe it was. There's no way. That's fucked up if he had me watching it on a school night. But I remember watching it, and I had my nightlight. I had to turn that bitch on because I think we slept. No, we didn't sleep in the dark. I think I had the light on or something, or maybe it was in the dark with the TV off. And I ran into my dad's room. I had a fucking nightmare, and I begged him to let me turn on the TV and turn on the night light. I turned on the TV and night light because I was terrified of Pumpkinhead. I don't even know. I think there's a bunch of Pumpkinhead, or there's at least another one, and I don't remember. I don't remember the other. I just remember the first one. Yeah, Dev movie definitely scared the shit out of me. Never seen that. Never seen that. Never seen that. Never seen that. Herner Maniac Cop. Never seen it. Prom Night. I don't know how many of those are. I know I've seen the remake and I've seen the original one. I think Jamie Lee Curtis was in that one. Yeah, I think she was in that. I've seen that. Not a Living Dead. Yes, I've seen it because of James. One mixed call. I should watch it because I swear I've heard of it, but I ain't never seen it. Paranormal Activity. I told you I'm not the biggest fan of it. Maybe more when I was a kid, but not. What the fuck I just put? The biggest fan of it, so that's why I personally have it. Southern Party Massacre, another movie I watched because of James. I'm not gonna say it's good though, but Poltergeist, never seen it. I'm going to put these the ones I've never seen. Never seen. I've seen that. I've seen Psycho. Never seen Puppet Master. Heard of it. Seen that. Sharknado was so ass. Never seen Silence of the Lamb. I need to because that's like an iconic franchise. Never seen that. I don't even know what that is. Never seen Silent Hill, even though I know it's a game. Never seen Gremlins. I've seen bits of people, never seen it. Jack Frost, seen that. Seen that trash of the shit. Seen that. Not that. This is a lot. This is a long ass damn list. God, it's a long fucking list. I'm not putting all these damn movies out here. I will stop it right. We'll go to like right to where the Mummy and shit is at. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Never heard. I have heard of it, but I've never seen it. So okay, let's go on and put the Purge up here. Purge is hella. I mean, it's one of the best modern day horrors. Even though it was still considered modern day, but it's just the first one's gonna be 10 years old, which is crazy. That movie came out, I was like, what, eighth grade, I think, when it came out. I do fuck with the Purge movies. Oh, my brother, that's like his favorite franchise. Psycho, it's like an iconic. Really, the first movie is the iconic one, but I ain't really seen all of them. I've seen the first one, like the 1978, 1998. I think it was 1998. Wreck, another movie seen because of James. It's cool. Excuse me. God. Saw. Come on now. This is my dad's favorite franchise. It was also one of the first. I got into horror. I started watching everything. I keep saying that a lot of these movies were one of my first horror movies, but like once I got like 4, 5, 6, like I just started watching hella horror movies at the same time. Saw is definitely in my S tier. I love Saw. That shit is nasty to some people, including me. Really bother me. Scream, iconic. I didn't even watch Scream, like the franchise of Scream, until later on. Like some of these movies I watched when I was like before I was even 10. And I think Scream I didn't start watching until I got later. Until I got like maybe 10, or at least I know at least in double digits. Because growing up I had seen Scary Movie, the original Scary Movie, and like that was like the original Scary Movie. I seen that, and I seen, of course, I always seen that they had the Ghostface person, but I didn't make the correlation. I didn't know what that was from. But then once I started the Scream movies, I was like, oh, this is the serious version of Scream, because the serious version of Scream because I seen Scary Movie first. Sharknado is the fucking, oh my god, such horrible series of movies. I never watched them, but I've never like sat down and watched them all the way, because who would want to do that? But I've seen bits and pieces. I know they're horrible movies. Sleepaway Camp. shout out to James. I'm gonna keep mentioning him because he's the reason I've seen a lot of these movies. But Sleepaway Camp came an underrated series to me because when James dropped it on his channel, he covered them. I was like, okay, these movies are pretty good, and I do like them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, another series I grew up on, or at least the remake ones I remember. Nah, Texas Chainsaw was better than. Oh, and I put an F. Ooh, I'm tripping. It's right here though. It's not like favorite, but I do like it a lot. Never seen the Blair Witch Project. I heard everybody talk about. I seen like the ending or whatever, or I seen like bits and pieces. I've never sat down and watched it. I'm just gonna put it there. I don't even like it. I think Predator. See, it's crazy. Growing up to me, I didn't even consider Predator and Alien. I didn't even consider them like horror movies, but I guess they are considered horror movies. Never seen The Woman in Black. There was a remake one because I remember that came when I was a kid. Never seen it though. Uh, I've seen Urban Legend, but I'm gonna stay right there. Never seen Underworld. That's another movie I used to get confused with. Resident Evil. Another like I used to get confused with it. Urban Legend is like an underrated classic series of movies to me. I've seen those. Hatchet. That was underrated series of movies too. I recently had just started watching them last year. I never heard of. Well, I heard of them, but I never watched them until last year. And I do like the movies, even though it's like fuck the dude in these Victor Crowley, he can't die, bro. Like nigga can cut his head off and tongue and shit and bash his head. It didn't matter. It well, this is the reboot ones. Come on now, fire. Both of it 1 and 2 are amazing. I love them. I had never watched the original It growing up. I'd always just seen the It face, the original one miniseries. I was like, that shit look a little scary. I was like, I ain't gonna watch that shit. But the two new ones, fire. Leprechaun. Hey, I remember watching. I watched Leprechaun a lot growing up. Leprechaun is pretty cool. I'll put it about pretty deep. Conjuring. It's okay. Conjuring. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of these type of movies. Not personally. Zombieland, fire. I like Zombieland 2. Zombieland 1 was definitely that came out. I was like, what? Yeah, 9, 10. I do like Zombieland. And House on Haunted Hill. I have heard of it. Jack Frost. I've seen that. It's like what, two of them? They ain't good, but I've seen Jurassic Park. I guess you consider it Jurassic Park. Or Sonic Horrors. I don't know if it's considered horror, but I guess it's on the list though. I mean, it still is dinosaurs killing people, so technically it is. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not doing all these. I'll put The Shining up here because I've heard of it. I've heard of The Dentist too, but The Shining is what's like an iconic horror movie. Here we go, guys. This is way too long. I'm not doing all this shit. Uh, Ron, I've never seen him. I heard him, but never seen him. That's killing his ass. I'm gonna say I've never seen it. I have Billy Valentine. I've seen it. Ooh, I definitely seen of course, the remake one first. Okay, so I'm ending it at God. This is way too long. This is way too long, guys. But yeah, this is my list. You guys may not agree. Definitely not going to. But the whole point is tier list is your opinion. Everybody likes what they like. This is my list though that I have. This never tier. And yeah, this guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and